So today I thought we'd take a quick look at the deluxe hook sharpening kit from Nash and Pinpoint. It's a kit that I've been using for quite some time now. After my last one got stolen, I needed a new set for hook sharpening, and this one was then coming out, so I put it on pre-order and I've had it ever since. It's probably been over a year now since it's been out. And there's some things I really like about it, and there's some things that could be a bit better in my opinion, but we'll go into those in a bit more detail in a little while. But firstly, hook sharpening. To me, it's something that I just have to do. Every time I cast out, or every time I'm tying up rigs at home, I always sharpen the hook. Unless I'm being incredibly lazy in the middle of the night and I haven't got anything tied up, which is rare, then I will just ping one out probably without sharpening it. But other than that, the rest of the time I have to have a sharpened hook out there. Otherwise it just plays on my mind. Whether it makes a huge difference, in my opinion it does, but it's up for debate. But in my head it has to be sharpened to go out. It's just the way I am with things. So this kit retails at about £45 these days, so it is an expensive bit of kit. But how much people spend on other bits of tackle and bait, I think it is a must-have in my opinion to have a kit like this. As I say, in the past I had items from Jag. I've had their vise and their files, and also their magnifying glass, and they were good. I did really like them. Maybe I'll get them again soon and do a comparison review completely once I've reused them. But this is just the kit that comes with everything. So it comes with the regular file, and the back side is a fine file. You've got the 2 hook stones, which I don't use that much, just for a little bit of buffing up here and there. You've got the double-sided vise, which is really nice, and then we've also got the magnifying glass with a light on it. I've also added, they're sold separately, which I think is a bit tight, seeming as you need something like that. I have also got the pens, just to put a coating back onto the hooks once you've sharpened them, and I have also got the little tubs of grease as well, which you have to buy separately as well, which I think is a little bit tight. Nash, come on, you're charging 45 quid for a kit, and then you're going to charge another £5 for pens and another few quid for whatever it was for the grease, so you're looking at 60 quid to get the whole lot. That is quite steep, especially when you've spent 45 quid on the kit. You'd think they're chucking the pens. I mean, how much can these really cost them? It just seems a little bit cheap. But as I say, the rest of the kit I really like. As I say, it's taken a year's worth of hammering, mainly on the regular side of the file, and it's still really good. Still takes off a good chunk of metal with each stroke, and the fine side is a good contrast to the regular side. I find there's a nice, you can get the amount taken off that you want with each stroke, which is really nice. So it's hardly worn, you can see there, it's not really taken much damage in a year, and I can't say I look after my stuff. It gets chucked around a lot. It's got a nice handle and all that. Compared to the Jag file that I've used in the past, I prefer this one. It just feels a lot nicer to use, simple as that. It just comes down to feel, and I prefer the way this one feels, so that's really nice. Then we go to the other main bit, which is the double-sided vise. The way this works is you unscrew it, and then there you can see the first problem with this that I've had. It's the only issue from the very start. It's quite a stiff vise, and when you unscrew it, on my one, you can see there the handle is unscrewing and the vise isn't moving. You have to really crank this tight. I don't know if it's a fault with just this one that I've had. Now you see, now it's closing the vise. I have to hold with my hand against the middle metal part and the bottom and twist with one hand, which is fine for opening, but when you've got a hook in there, you're trying to hold the hook at the right angle and you're trying to close it while holding this one to stop it unscrewing, it is a pain in the arse. Now I'm guessing it's a problem with just this vise, where it's not fully gripped in when it was manufactured, but I'll probably get another one at some point and see. I haven't seen anywhere online or anyone else moaning about this that much, so that's what makes me think it's probably a problem with this little kit. It's just a point to note. Other than that, I find it really nice that you can just rest this against your knees and you can just use your file on it, and it's just really convenient, rather than the upright ones where you're trying to hold it and balance it at the same time and get your angles right. I find this one just rests on your knees really nicely, and it's a really easy bit of kit to use. So other than the thing with it unscrewing, I find it a really nice vise. The one bit of the kit that I don't really like that much is the magnifying glass. I just find it too chunky. I find that it's got a really thick edge to it, and when you're trying to get it tight to the hook to see the edges, I find that you just really struggle to get the right distance away to not make it blurry. If the edges were a lot thinner to the glass, a bit like the Jag one, it's a really thin bit of metal, so you can get it right tight in there and get really tight in. I just find this to be a bit chunky. It's got a light on it. I'm not really sold on the lights on the magnifying glasses. I find at night or during the day, if you pop the light on, it's really bright. Especially once you've taken the coating off, it really shines off the hook and you get a bit of glare there, and whether it's just me and my eyes being a bit gammy here and there, I just find it reflects a bit off the hook surface a bit, and so I tend to use it without the light, or just put the bivvy light on and use it. I mean, it's more than usable, don't get me wrong, you can still use it. It's well, I still do nearly every time I sharpen a hook to check the point, but I just find it's a bit clunky and a bit cumbersome to get in tight to the hook. I am being nitpicky, but that's what you review for, innit? But it's nice that it comes in a little case, stop it all getting damaged and broken, because it is glass and all that after all. So the actual, the case itself is rock solid. It's hardly got a mark on it really. The zip still works absolutely fine. All the I was a bit worried about the bands, they seem a bit flimsy, but I say I've had it for over a year and they still hold everything perfectly tight in place. So the last thing to really look at in the kit is the stones. As I say, I don't use them that much. You can see by this one, I haven't even touched the second one that comes in the kit. It is nice they give you a second stone. That is good, because they do, if you use them a lot, they do wear really quickly, generally, stones, because they are quite a soft material. And you've got this nice rubber grip on that can slide off, and then you get a second end. So you can see there, I haven't even used that end. It's completely new. So after you've worn through one end, you can just turn it round. You can put the handle back on the other end, and you've got a whole nother side. So you've effectively got 4 stones compared to a lot of kits on the market. So that's a really nice touch from Nash and Pinpoint. So yeah, that's basically the kit. The pens, I might as well go into detail. I know they're sold separately from the kit, but they come in 3 colours. You get the gravel brown, weed green and black. I find the green's quite a light colour, it's a very light green. I use the brown pretty much exclusively. That's why I've only got these 2, because I've run out. I've used the thing up, I need to get another one. I've been using the black recently a lot, but they're really good for marking the hook. I find it stays on, you reel in after your rods have been out all night, and this point will still be covered in the pen, so it hasn't gone rusty. So they're really good, they don't wash off, they don't smell, so they're not just a rebranded Sharpie or anything like that, because they haven't got any smell, and they stick really well underwater. So they're really good as well, so they're worth the investment, because you've got to put something over the hook point if you've got like an acidic lake bed, because once you've taken that coating off, it's going to rust really quickly unless you treat it. So it's worth the investment, the extra few quid, but as I say, I just find it slightly cheap that they haven't chucked at least one in with the kit. And that is the other thing as well, while we're talking about the pens, they don't really fit in the case. So they've clearly been designed Nash Pinpoint branded on them for Nash Pinpoint kits, but I can't seem to get them to sit in. I can if I just put them at a funny angle, and then it's just all a bit cack-handed. You have to move the magnifying glass box slightly to the side, and then it bulges out when you've got the zip on. You can get them in there, it's just a bit of a faff. So it would have been nice to see. They'd have only had to make it a centimetre slightly longer, and they would have sat in next to the vise quite comfortably. So it's just a little nitpicky thing again. So yeah, that's my review. Would I recommend you go out and buy one? Well, if you don't have a hook sharpening kit already, or any way of sharpening hooks, yes, go straight out there, buy this kit, or get Jag one. You will find it will help you land more fish, convert more pickups into takes, that kind of thing. I think it's just, everyone should have one in their armoury. It's just handy to touch up hooks when you're reeling in, that kind of thing. Even if you don't want to sharpen every hook, just when you reel in to recast, just give them a little sharpen up. It's going to help you. And I know it's expensive, but it's only a couple of cow boilies at the end of the day, innit? Let's be honest, it's like 5k or something, so it's well worth the investment, I think. This kit, would I buy it again if I lost it? That is the question. I'm still toying with it in my head, even after a year. Some days I absolutely love it, the vise is working, it's not fine. Maybe I should try and wedge it in there or glue it. Maybe I should see if I can find other vices that maybe won't undo so much, but the rest of it, yes, it's worth it. I think I probably would replace it at the end of the day. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Check out some of my other reviews on products. I try and go into detail and give my personal opinion and takes on products. I'm not sponsored or given any of the stuff by people. It's all things that I buy and use every day in my fishing. So I like to think they're honest, real reviews. So click like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment about if you use this kit or if you use other kits. Let me know which one you use and which ones you find the best. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.